welcome to the Tolleson-Mack podcast. This podcast today is brought to you by Hauser Built, the guys up in Camp Verde doing the retrieve truck beds. What is the Bale thing?
Bell Flipper 3000.
Bale Flipper 3000. So
Tell the people what those are, real quick.
So the Bale Flipper 3000 is when you're roadsiding. So basically, when a baler drops a bale, it drops it standing up, so you can see the strings. I guess is how you'd explain it. Well, sometimes on the corners when the baler guys are turning or something, that bale will lay down where the strings are on the ground. Well, it's kind of a pain in the butt to flip them back up. So the Bale Flipper 3000 is an attachment that they add onto their New Holland roadsiders.
Yes, sir.
Right? And when they pull up, they hit it, it's hydraulic driven, spins, flips the bale up, keeps the guy going. I mean, it's an innovation that saves time, which saves fuel, which saves labor. And I think owning a business, everybody can agree. Anytime you can do that, it's a moneymaker.
It's a headache solver.
Reliever.
There you go.
It's the so the Bale Flipper 3000 is the ibuprofen of baling.
It's the Percocet.
It's the Percocet of baling. So hey, we got a special guest on today. Big family around Tolleson. We all know Freddie very well, but I'm gonna let you introduce him, Brandon.
Yeah, this guy next to me, he's a legend in the game of farming in the West Valley. I think of him like a grandpa. He pretty much took care of my dad when my dad was young. He'd get off the school bus and go down and ride with Carlos. And I've known this guy my whole life. I have a lot of respect for him. Like I said before, there's even to this day in the ditches where the concrete still says his name, and that's a testimony of how good this man, the farming. I can't say enough things about farming cattle. Growing up, I used to love going down to Carlos's and seeing all the different animals that he had. He had bucking bulls at one time, multiple bucking bulls. He had goats, chick. I mean, when I say farm, he had every animal you could, every animal. And I can't say enough good things about this guy. When I was little in Christmas time, he'd give me an envelope with some cash in it, and made me feel part of the family. So I really love this guy next to me. He's been a wonderful to my family and me, and I have a lot of respect for him. So that's why I had to have him on to talk about the West Valley and to show people what this guy knows. Is Carlos Pelajio.
So Carlos, is this your first podcast? Is this the first time you've done a podcast?
That's the first time.
The first time?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. So Brandon was kind of touching on some stuff that you've done. You farmed out here for a long time?
Yeah, I come here in 1972.
72?
I come from Mexico.
Oh, yeah? Where out in Mexico?
Guanajuato.
Guanajuato.
Yeah.
Oh, Guanajuato, okay. So who did you work for when you got here? Who was the first farmer that you worked for?
For Norman Hill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So explain that tie in there, Brandon.
Norman Hill's Mike Hill's dad, and when Carlos came over here, you guys milk cows, right?
Yeah.
On 107.
Right there on 107.
Yeah, 107.
In the little barn.
In the little barn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then tell the people, Carlos, about how you used to walk the cows every day, about a half a mile, quarter mile.
Yeah. We used to take them to the fields too when at that time when there's not too many traffic.
Yeah.
So would you bring them up for milk and then take them back for the feed?
Yeah.
For the hay?
Yeah.
And so Carlos, tell us about those days. Freddie's told me stories, and my dad. You had your sons working with you, and when they were little.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
My wife too.
Yeah, your wife too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carlos has Johnny, Freddie, Ralph, Mike, Tony, and your daughter. Annalie, yeah, I can't remember. Annalie. And when I say you've instilled hard work into all of them boys, they all work, and I think the testimony of your hard work yourself. Tell us about back in those days working for Norman. I mean, tell us a little bit about that. Was it fun? Did you enjoy working? Would you enjoy working on the farm? Yeah.
Was it hard work back then?
Yeah.
Not a lot of tractors?
No.
I remember that place there, that little barn. And then I remember I mean, I didn't know Norman, but I knew Mike, and then he had all his tractors.
Yeah.
Is that's where it's at, right? Where he had all the,
Yeah.
yeah. He had all the tractors parked in their barn, and they had like a 4840 or something in there. I always remember that really nice tractors in that barn over there.
And then you lived over there on 107th Avenue south of Southern down there. How long did you live down there?
And 107?
Yeah.
I think maybe about 30 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
And you lived down there. You bought that place from Adrian Reichert, right?
Yes.
Adrian Reichert. And that was a good man as well. Really nice guy.
He was.
Yeah,
Good man.
Yeah, he was.
very honest man. Yeah. You lived down there, and the reason you had to move was because the city came, right?
Yeah, the city make us move.
Yeah. And they the city came in and they made the Trace Rio project. So
Oh, so he lived all the way. You lived all the way at the end.
Yeah, all the way to the end.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where the old studio was,
Yep.
if anybody remembers where the old studio was and the arena still is and all that good stuff, he was just right there.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And you lived there, and you had quite a few renters,
Yeah.
people renting, and I remember that. And you farmed Adrian Reichert's 60 acres for years, huh?
I farm Rikers and I farm white tanks.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to farm 150 acres that time.
Yeah.
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 Oh, the white tank farm?
At White Tanks over there on the 303,
On
wasn't
the
it?
303.
And I used to do a lot of custom.
Yeah, I was gonna say Carlo Custom
Yeah,
Farms.
Carlos Custom Farms
Yeah.
is the name of the farm.
Oh, okay.
And then, so then you got into. I remember you had bucking bulls.
Oh yeah. And the one drinking beer.
Oh yeah, he had a steer. Probably it was a monster. It probably weighed, I don't know, 1,600 pounds. And you would take a full can of beer, open it, put it in his mouth, and it would go like this, and then it would crush the can, right, and then spit the can out.
Right.
And he would bet people that steer could drink faster than they could. That steer drank a lot of beer, huh?
A lot of beer.
Tell us a little bit about your bucking bulls. Where did you take them? Was like Cancun at the time?
I bought the bull when it's a little calf, because the guy he bought a car and he showed him the money, $250. And I used to go to the sale, buy and sell cows.
Chandler?
And then the boys come to my place and they say, I got a little bull to want to sell to me. And then I go to the sale that day. And when I come back, I don't buy nothing. There's one goat. And I stop to see the guys. And I bought them. The guys told me, he's drinking beer. And I say, oh no, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And I used to got cows in the field, and I turned them loose. And next morning, I went over there checking the water, and I got it. I drank that time too.
Yeah.
And I got a beer on my hand, and when he see me, he come to me, and he taking my hand and taking my can.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he drank it.
He drank it all.
Yeah, and then I called the radio station and a TV station, and they come to look him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's making,
Yeah.
He's famous.
Yeah,
The famous drinking cow.
Carlos, back in the day, I mean, this guy was before his time, he was a producer. You used to put on little rodeos at Estrella Park, right? You used to do that, and Carlos would pay famous people from Mexico that sang to come, and you would pay them to come to the rodeo to bring people, and like famous people, right?
yeah,
And he had the vision to see, if I bring the people, they'll come, and he did a lot of that.
yeah. A lot of ranchers, you go to my place to get it. All right.
Yeah.
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 Komatsu and Mr. Stam. A lot of friends.
Yeah.
Where did you put the rodeos at? Estrella Park?
and the Star Park.
Where?
And I go to Star Park and Phoenix,
Cancun?
and Phoenix too. Yeah.
He went to the Coliseum at America
Yeah,
West
the
Arena.
Coliseum.
The
Yeah.
Bat House on McDowell.
Yeah, and you went to the America West Arena
Yeah.
too, the big one. Yeah. At one time, you probably had how many bulls in the rodeo? Would you say maybe 10 or how many?
I used to get him 10,
Yeah.
and 10 boys to ride him.
Yep.
Uh,
And you had mares too, bucking mares.
yeah.
Horses. Yeah, I remember that too. I can remember Freddie going. He had an old black truck, and he had a big trailer with 3 axles, and I thought it was the coolest thing. You know, he'd be going down the road with horns sticking out, and they're going to another rodeo, and
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know none of your other boys, but I sure know Freddie really good. And that's a good man. He's a hard
Thank you.
worker. Woo.
Thank you.
Be proud of that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not many guys that I'll say will outwork me outside, but Freddie, I won't even try. That guy will outwork me any day.
Yeah, his you know, other than his brute force, his brains is what impresses me. If Freddie can't figure it out, then we got an issue. You know what I mean?
We got a big problem.
Yeah, there's some big problems, but Freddie's I can't say enough good things about all of them. I mean, all of them, all the boys. I mean, they're all great, including his daughter too. Tell the people. They even made a song about you, right? There was a famous singer made a song about you.
Yeah.
A Mexican Correo.
Yeah, Correo.
Yeah. Who was the guy?
Yeah, but his name is Paco de la Torre.
Sorry. I've
We're
heard
gonna have to find that,
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut that up.
We'll have to cut that in.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Tory.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So all the time that you lived here,
Yeah.
you see a lot of changes on a lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of
A
people
lot of
coming.
people.
What is the biggest change that you see? The houses or the people or the cars or what? Too much everything?
Well, when I come right here, Phoenix is from 35th that way. All way this way is west. It's all farm.
Yeah.
Farms, yeah. And now it's all houses.
That's what I say all the time. 91st right now. That's
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
coming this way now.
Tell us, I guess me, I'm kind of curious. How did you meet my dad? How would that start?
You there?
Yeah.
You there? I went to the school with my boys, and he always come to my house,
Yeah.
and I like you there a lot.
Yeah.
And eat lunch with us, and I had him for I know I pay just a little bit, and one to me pay it
Yeah.
every week. He say save my money, save my money.
Yeah.
But that's a good.
He's a good guy.
That's a good.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
My dad told me stories about him and my grandma and her husband got divorced. So I guess my grandpa, his dad, kind of was gone a lot. So he kind of leaned towards you, to be kind of I wouldn't say a father figure, but he spent a lot of time with you, and I guess that's kind of where he got the work ethic of farming. You kind of taught him, about agriculture and tractors and animals, and I think you have a lot to do with his story about agriculture and farming, which is went down to me in a sense. So I appreciate that. It's
Yeah,
Good deal.
thanks.
Let's talk about your dad for a minute. When I was a kid, so how you're saying you look up there, where when I was a kid, I looked up to your dad because he had that service truck. Man, I thought he had the coolest service truck. And we farmed just right over there, but we weren't doing a lot of hay. We did a lot of cotton. So like to us, the hay guys were cool. The hay guys had like the matching tractors and the matching balers and the service trucks and all the cool fuel trailers and all that stuff. So I remember seeing your dad, and now I think it's pretty neat that you still have that truck.
Yeah, I'm redoing it. It'll be out and about again here quick.
Yeah, you always say that I had cool service trucks. Well, that's because I seen your dad with them
Yeah.
and I wanted them.
I mean, he'll probably watch this, but I got something on my sleeve for that service truck. So
Yeah.
But so tell us about when you were working with Norman Hill, was it just milking cows, or did you guys bale hay and everything else?
When I first come, he making me clean ditches.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first job. and then I feed the cows, and he not trust me to ride tractor.
Yeah.
He not trust me to ride tractor. No let me. And you remember the 1100?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
he got the ship
Yeah.
at the top. You remember Lee?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Lee is the one who drive him, and the ship is ticking. You know, every time he bring you there, your grandpa
Uh-huh.
to fix him. And one time I told him, I know how to do this, and they don't believe me. They don't believe me, and I say, okay, let's go see, try it. And and then now on, you make a drive with tractor,
Too much.
cut the hay, rake the hay, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say, Norman was a pretty famous man back in those days. He was on the TV for the commercials for Ford, and he was before his time. He was on the Ford commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I never met him. He passed away before I was, but I've heard a lot of stories about him, and everything I heard, he was a pretty nice man.
Yeah, it was.
You know.
So back then when you milked the cows, put in the tank, and they come get it. Like
Yeah, it's just
the UDA.
UDA trucks
they
come get him.
they
Yeah,
come get it?
yeah.
You milk them by hand?
No, we got the.
Machine. Oh, okay.
It's three
That's the
cows. Three cows at a time. Yeah, that's a little dairy.
How many cows did you guys have?
The most is 150.
Well,
Yeah, it's
that's a lot of cows to milk 3 at a time.
Yeah.
And they probably stayed maybe a half a mile away. You
Yeah.
know, down the dirt bank, about a half
Yeah.
a mile away.
Yeah, he milk him, and they open the gate, and the cows go by themselves. Some of them, and some of them no. And then every morning we go get them down.
They come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to milk 150 cows?
About 4 hours.
How much?
4 hours.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, it is pretty fast.
That's pretty
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
Where'd you live during this time? Was it on 109th Avenue, or where did you live when you first came?
When I first came, he gave me a little house in Cashion.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
right there for the barber shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I come to 109. I live right down the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I bought a place for Riker.
How did you meet Riker? How did you meet that guy, Adrian?
I don't know if you remember Borgio. He lives right there, almost right there by your place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he was let me farm his place with watermelons.
Oh, okay.
And one time right across the field, I see that guy, with the
Big hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went over there. We cut the watermelon and tried to see if it's ready. And he said he wanted me to custom for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah. And I got a little tractor, and the field was pretty sandy.
Mm-hmm.
And the little tractors can make it. And I went to John Deere and I get a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a couple of years later, he told me, can you farm a place? I say, yeah. Why? How kind of deal you give me? He said, half and half. Yeah. He pay half of the harvest and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I do the work and put the labor. And
Yeah.
we stay a long time with him. It's a
Long time.
good man. Good man.
Very good man.
That's a good partnership. Good
I'm farming it now.
Yeah.
I have it now.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Which piece is that?
107th.
So right there.
Yep.
Oh, so that would have been north of his house. Where
Correct.
his house was?
Yeah, just in front of the Juan's house. There's 60 acres there, a little bit less now, but there used to be a house there, Adrian's house, and
Where that fence is,
correct.
there's like a
Yep.
fence with cross ties. And
Yep.
stuff.
How did you meet my grandpa? How did that happen?
I know your grandpa used to do silage
Yep.
with the tractor and full type
Yep.
chopper.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what I make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah. That's a good man too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember it was like yesterday. You guys built Rikers, and there was I don't know, 10 big stacks of hay, and it was Freddie, Ralph, and Tony, and they loaded it by hand. They were
Yeah.
loading trailers, and I couldn't. I was little back then. I just couldn't. I couldn't believe 3 men could load that much hay. And, I mean, you kind of got lucky having all those strong boys.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
You got
Yeah.
you got lucky.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. I got 3 girls and 1 boy, so
One boy.
I'm asked backwards,
Yeah.
but you got lucky. You got lucky.
Yeah.
And then I remember, you probably remember when I used to drive my 3-wheeler over there
Yeah, I
all the
remember.
time,
I remember.
haul ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school with your youngest son, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Mike were always friends in school, and I've known your whole family. I mean, Gaspar and Juan and Jose works for me, and Jesus Negrete,
Yeah,
he's
Negrete.
your family too, and it's all a family affair. I feel like it's all of us. It's like it's so many family members that you have that are
Yeah.
farming, and I think that's saying a lot because nobody wants to do this job no more. Nobody
No.
wants to.
That's a lot of work.
Nobody wants to do it.
And it's hot, and it doesn't pay as good as
No.
construction. I mean, how many times has guys told you, "Oh, I'm gonna go to construction. I want to make $40 an hour."
And work 5 days.
Yeah, and they're gonna work 5 days. Well, then it turns out to they only get 30 hours a week, and then it rained for 2 weeks, and they don't get to work.
Yeah. Our problem is we work 8 days a week. That's our problem.
Yeah, 8 days a week, day and night.
Freddie's been with us going on 23 years.
Yeah.
23 years this year. And man, this farm I consider just as much as mine as is his. I let him do a lot of the decisions. I would say Freddie does about 70% of the decisions on this farm. Like I don't tell Freddie what to do. He knows what to do. It's nothing new. Like he does the job. He does it right. And Freddie has semis now, and this man right here goes all the time. St. John's. That's like a
All rides in the
Oh,
same.
yeah. I go for ride.
all the time. He has his little cushion he sits
Yeah.
on. I mean, it's like 6 hours one way, and he's still apart
Yeah, because Freddie takes hay at St. John's.
all
Right?
the time. Yeah, Ralph takes it up there, and Freddie goes, and yeah, no, it's definitely
So
a family affair.
How far is it? 6 hours one way
Yeah.
to St. John's?
Yeah.
They got a squeeze up there?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Got a yard squeeze off Macamezos.
Oh,
Right
okay.
up there. And then so tell us about after you moved, you went to Tonopah. You moved to Tonopah, right?
Yeah, I moved to Tonopah.
How did you find Tonopah? What made you decide to go there?
Well, on the farm, and I got the goats, sheep,
Yeah,
cow.
yeah,
Yeah.
still got goats and sheep.
And that's my job. Was what I just feed him.
Yeah, he feeds them. And then you got a good place for get hay.
Oh yeah.
You got a good guy for hay, huh?
Yeah. I don't live too far from there. I live by the Hacienda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not too far from Tonopah. I know out there where Freddie.
Yeah, I live in 329.
39, yeah. Right
And-
there.
South to Broadway.
Yep. Yeah, I know right there where you're at. Yeah, I don't live too far from you, maybe 5 minutes.
I remember when you first moved over there, you bought a lot of material from 67th auction. You bought,
Oh yeah, I used to go to the auction.
Yeah, you bought wood and everything. So we loaded my truck and my trailer, gooseneck. And I don't know if you remember this, but I was driving out to your place and we got to the Hacienda and the river was running that day. It was really deep.
Oh yeah.
On baseline.
Yeah, and this runs like a dry creek, it never runs. And it was like 4 feet deep. I had to drive all the way around and cross the bridge. But how long you been out there? The
Yeah,
years.
Tonopah?
Yeah.
20 years. 20 years already.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, time flies.
Yeah, I used to sell lumber too. I
Oh, yeah.
used to go to the
Yeah.
lumber yards to get the
Oh, yeah?
That was on 35th Avenue, right?
right
35th Avenue.
on 40th Avenue too.
Freddie would say that he was probably 10, 12 years old, and you would send him with the Massey Ferguson in a trailer,
Oh yeah,
and then the trailer came off on the railroad
you
track.
come off.
Yeah.
He would send them in to get lumber?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
So you would get like the seconds, like the kick out lumber.
yeah,
Yeah, and they would make a deal with you.
yeah.
You would clean up their yard or something,
We
right?
clean them yard.
Yeah, yeah,
There's a deal.
yeah. He had lumber stacked up all over the place. Every single goat pen, chicken pen was made out of wood.
Made out of wood.
Everything was made out of wood.
Yeah, we just take them to
everything.
Yeah,
Everything was out of wood.
That's
But,
cool.
uh,
That's cool. So,
yeah. We used to go to the market shop, sell them.
oh, the wood over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he was a hustler, man, and he still is. But I mean, this guy he had his finger in everything. Producing rodeos, bulls, cattle. I mean, all the time he was making money and always had money in his pocket. He always had. You and Don Rafa always had money in your pocket all the time. He was always.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But do you remember that year for Christmas? You gave me that envelope.
yeah.
I'll never forget that day. He came outside and handed me an envelope for Christmas, and I was like stunned, and I'll never forget that. That was nice. But no, I just wanted to have you on and kind of just talk about the West Valley and what do you think? You think this is all this housing? I mean, it sucks, right? I mean, there's not going to be no more farms. I mean, it's coming quick, huh?
Yeah, it's coming quick.
I mean, what for me being 37 years old and in the farming world, I mean, like my future is not too bright. Like I don't know I don't know what to do in a lot of ways of farming around here. It's going to be gone. I mean, when you were going and blowing around here on 107th Avenue, you had Odell's, you had Crow's Dairy, you had Van Hofwagens, you had Boschmas, you had a lot of dairies,
Yeah,
a lot of places to sell product. Now we only have one dairy in Boschma. That's it.
you see?
And I believe there was 11 dairies on Broadway because you had on 115th you had Underwood's Dairy,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Long time ago.
and I believe there was 11.
What, go all the way to 67?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neil Viss's Dairy,
Yeah.
and he had two. And
Mm-hmm.
did you sell a lot of? You worked a lot too for Crows, right? You sold them a lot.
I work just not too long time, maybe 3 months for Crow.
Oh, you
And
did?
then you remember hay wagons?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to work for them and work for normal hay and hay wagon the same same
Same
time.
time.
Yeah, and making my green shop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing to do on the farm?
Huh?
What was your favorite thing to do on the farm?
Well, I like to farm a lot. I getting now too old. I can do nothing farming, but
Like the hay or the animals?
I like the hay and animals.
Me
too.
too.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing on the farm?
Bale hay.
I can't live it with animals.
No, I can't either. I gotta take care of something.
Yeah,
I do. I don't know why.
I wonder that sometimes too. Why do I have these horses? I hardly ever ride
I
them.
know.
But I gotta have them.
I know.
I gotta have them.
I rope once a year.
Yeah, I gotta go out there and have them when I need them.
Did you ever do anything in the rodeo? Did you ever ride a bull or rope or anything?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I never.
No.
I never.
You're smarter than
I
us.
never up a goat.
Yeah. That's smart. Yeah. No. We have animals. I think it's just in our blood. It's just
Yes,
you
I
gotta have
like.
them.
I like animals.
I remember going to the auction with you and Freddie and over here on in Chandler, and just anything that was skinny we'd buy because we could put feet
Yeah.
on them. You buy the skinny ones, a little bit sick, it's okay.
Yeah.
A little crippled, no problem.
No problem. No
And
problem.
you guys butcher a lot of pigs.
Yeah. You remember when I used to got a lot of animals in Huntington?
Oh yeah, I remember all the animals.
Yeah.
You had so many. You had pigs that weighed 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, pigs and yeah.
And during like New Year's and Christmas time, you would sell a lot of them.
I used to sell pigs, selling goats, selling sheep, calves, and everything.
And his sons were really good at butchering them, and getting them prepared for the people. A lot of people would come and buy them, and
Yeah, a lot of people come by.
And I remember you had a big old pot and a big fire in the bottom. It was really hot
Yeah,
water.
yeah,
And then you had like a comb, like a circle, and you'd get the hair off.
Yeah.
For the pigs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things you'll never forget. The first time I ever seen an animal get butchered like that was over there with him. And,
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever seen one. They did a cow in the farmyard. They used the backhoe and put it up,
Yeah.
raised it up with the backhoe and butchered it out. We
And
had a big old party that night.
we had a lot of parties over there.
Yeah.
What about Mexico? You still have a farm in Mexico, right?
I still got a farm. I no farm now, but I still got the land.
And was it your nephew farms it?
Yeah, it's a nephew and somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
What are they growing down there?
They're growing wheat and corn and maize.
Maize? Yeah.
Do you ever go down there?
Yeah, I went once in a while. I used to go a lot of time. But no more.
Much?
No let me go no more.
No?
No, my boys no.
Oh. I remember you had a Massey Ferguson, your tractor. You got it from Mildred Hill, right?
Yes.
That story.
Yeah. I bought the tractor and they let me try.
Mhm.
And the little field below the Reiko's house,
The little one, yeah.
I tried right there, calibrate on corn. And then Norman come right there and he say, "You like a tractor?" I say, "Yeah." He say, "You got to buy it?" "Yeah." "How much it cost you?" I told him how much it cost me. And he told me, "Tell the guy when he come to my house." And he pay for it.
Yeah.
He pay for. I pay him back, but
Yeah.
he make a check once and
That was nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think, you come into America. How old were you when you came here? How old were you when you first?
28 years old.
28 years old.
Yeah.
You came. What made you come to Tolleson? Why did you come here to Tolleson? What was the reason?
I come to Gila.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first place is Gila, but I can find no job over there, and I come to Tanita's farm. You know Tanitas?
Oh, I don't.
Yes, a lot of orange trees in it. And I come right there, and then ask the people from Cashew, and he bring me to Cashew. I live in Cashew for a little bit
Mm-hmm.
with their guys. And then one morning, Norman Hill went over there and he looking for two guys. One for 1 week and one for all the time. And the other guy is supposed to go for the whole time
Wow.
and me for 1 week. But we work right there on 107, cleaning that ditch.
And you outworked him.
And the guy, Norman come at 12 o'clock to take us to lunch. And he find the guy is asleep.
Oh.
Yeah, and I stay for a long time.
Yeah.
And the other guy on 1 week.
That's the same thing that happened to Freddie with my grandpa. Our guy that we had before, he didn't show up that day, and we were in a bind. And Freddie came and been here for 23 years.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's a common denominator. That story. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what-
Cream rises to the top.
That's very true. Very true. What's your what I see on the concrete ditches where your name is still Carlos and
Oh yeah, it's
there's a lot of them.
a lot of them.
lot of them.
I used to watch them, yeah.
Right now we're getting ready. They're getting ready to develop the short borders on 107th. There's one spot that it's 1987 or 86. It's your name in 87.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that says I want to say 81. I'm gonna break those out. Because those farms are gonna go away. The houses.
Oh yeah, we see it
Yeah,
when you come by.
it's
Yeah.
over with now. This is
Yeah.
the last month. Actually, on June 18th, we're not farming that 200 acres no more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna break that out, and I'm gonna bring it to your house. And
Okay.
we're gonna put it in the ground somewhere with cement.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Dude,
Thank you.
Cool.
I'm gonna do that. But I just wanted to have you on and just kind of show the listeners, how much I respect you and I appreciate. You have a lot to do with my life. Whether you believe it, or not. Helping my dad and getting us into the farming world. I appreciate it.
Thank
I
you.
do. So
Well, thank you for coming on.
yeah,
Thank you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it. We think you're really good at it now.
Yeah,
You're gonna go on more.
you're gonna start your own show,
The Carlos Cast.
the Carlos Cash.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you
Yep.
for coming on.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.